How are you? Rabbi Bregman. Got to share something with you. Got off the phone with somebody a few moments ago. I'm in a rush right now, somewhere to be, but I want to share this idea with you before I forget and too much time passes, because I think it could help you. Here's the concept. Take it in, you'll figure out what to do with it. Concept is this. A lot of times in life, your problem might not be the problem you think it is. Or in other words, you might identify a cause and an effect, but really it could be that the effect is the cause and the cause is the effect. I'll give you an example. Person reaches out to me, very unhappy. I know this person's very upset, sounding bitter on the phone. Person says to me, I am unhappy because I am single. I am unhappy because I have not been able to find yet my soulmate and future spouse. So the person says, the implication is that when I will find the person, then I will be happy. So I respectfully suggested to this person, because I know who they are, I said, well, you know what? I said, is it possible that you are single because you are unhappy? The person's like, what do you mean? I said, I am unhappy because I am single. I said, well, maybe you are single because you are unhappy. What do you mean? I said, you're so absorbed, and I could talk a little blunt or direct when I have a relationship with a person. You know what I mean? I'm not hurting anybody's feelings, but when they allow you to go there when you know them, it's okay. I said to them, you know, you're not a very happy person, and you don't really, I said, stop and think about what it's like to go out with you and spend a couple hours with you on a date. Do you think you're fun? No. Are you bringing a good time on a date? Probably not. You bringing good energy? No. You bringing positivity? No. Did you ever stop and think that this person had a long day and they're not here sitting there to entertain you, and you might be bringing them down with a sour face and a hopeless attitude? No. Okay. So let me tell you something, I said to the person. It's not so much fun to go out with you. You're not bringing a positive time, a great experience when you go out, okay? In fact, would you want to go out with you? The person's like, I don't know, probably not. I said, well, would you want to go out with a person who's down and bitter? No. So I said to the person, look, I've had a lot of challenges and problems and pressures in my life. I still do. You have, I have, we all have. Whoever's going to ever watch this video has too. But understand this, okay? People like happy people. People like people who bring a good time, good energy, good vibe, good attitude. People like it. It's an attractive trait and quality. So I understand that the person might think, you know, I'm unhappy because I am single. But maybe because you are single because you are showing up and not bringing any flavor or good attitude or positivity and happiness to the situation and interaction. You hear the idea? I remember that when I was single, when I was in shidduchim and single and everything else, I remember that I always had a positive attitude that if I went out with somebody, whether I thought it was going to go to a second date or further or not, or irrespective of what they thought, I was going to leave them on a positive note. I was going to make sure I was going to put my best foot forward no matter what, and make sure that they were going to have a positive experience, that by the end of the date, whether they wanted to ever see me again or not, and irrespective of what I felt, they were going to go off into the future knowing that there's nice people out there, there's people out there who that you could still meet, that this one's a mensch, this one's kind, this one's polite. Show them a good time. You know what I'm talking about. It's almost like a second video in this video, but it's making sense. Leave people with a good attitude. We've all had that experience. Date shows up. You might be that date and somebody's like, oh no, in 5 minutes or in 2 seconds, I know this ain't going to happen. Leave people in a positive way, you know? Be happy, be positive. Leave them a, so to speak, a good taste in their mouth about people, about you, you know? Think about it. It could be that because you fail to do that, and leave that vibe and impression when you go out with people, it could be that is slowing you down in your datinghood. A lot of times it's like this in life. Somebody recently said to me a week ago, and I'm seeing a pattern, I am unhappy because I don't have a job. Of course I'm bitter. I don't have a job. Of course I'm bitter because I don't have enough money. Could it be people don't want to do business with you because you're bitter? Could it be that you don't have a job because you're bitter? Not, you know, you're bitter because you don't have a job. Could be the opposite. The most attractive trait when you're hiring someone, and I've been in this position, is a great attitude, positive attitude, an upbeat attitude. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's go. Okay? Even if you have an employee and they mess up, They have the right attitude. You're willing to work with them. Would you hire you? Probably not. Not if you're sour. Who wants a sour person sitting there in the office all day? I don't. I don't need it. Like the whole thing. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay? Who has time for that? So think about it. The problems a lot of times that we have may not be what we think that they really are. And I think our attitude and what we bring to the table, it's an underrated aspect of life. And people say, yeah, you have to have a good attitude. But no, really? You really have to have a good attitude. It's beyond the scope of this little video, which already I went on more than I wanted to get into it. But there's something to be said for learning how, and I can't teach you this right now, not in this little clip, but how to push through and bring a good attitude and good energy and positivity, like snap, crackle, pop, in 1 second to turn it on. You don't need to have alcohol or medicine or something else to do it. If you care about the person in front of you and you learn how to run your brain the right way, which I can't teach in this little clip, you can turn it on like that. You can go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.1 seconds. 0 to 100, 3 seconds. I don't know, whatever you got to do. But anyway, that's what I think is important, to bring positivity, bring good attitude, bring good energy to the table in dating and job stuff, irrespective. And it could be that if you do that, you'll find that you will have more success. It says this in Mystical Sfarim and Torah works also, that the number one cause of positive mazel is actually positivity, happiness, simcha, and a good attitude. There's a maharsha about that, but we don't have time to get into that now. Just sharing it with you because I want you to know there's Torah sources that back this stuff up. Have a great time. Be well. Be happy. Bring some positivity. Make somebody else's day better. Let people go off into life knowing that there's great people out there, happy people there, nice people, people that are worth hiring, people worth dating. Give people hope. Be a mensch when you go out with someone. Or a menschette, if there's such a term. I think you know what I mean. This is Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Bregman, Jewish Executive Learning Network, BregmanSuccess.com. I have to go. Talk to you later. Share this video with somebody else. Bye.